Mark, tonight you're going to hear from a man who says he's part of a local group that many people would consider a hate group. Normally we wouldn't share his ideologies with you, and we want to warn you that it's going to be considered offensive to many of you, but we are choosing to share this with you because it answers the question of just how prevalent some of these groups are in our area. A disturbing scene at a Black Lives Matter vs. Back the Blue protest in Mansfield Sunday as members from the National Social Club showed up.
I saw them doing the Sig Heil, Hitler Nazi salute. I saw them doing the OK sign kind of thing that's been adopted by white supremacist groups.
While out in the open here, their faces remain hidden through most of their social media posts. Speaking to us by phone, an anonymous member of the group told us they showed up for protection.
And when we don't, stand with Trump or stand with the police, we were there to secure white safety. It had nothing to do with politics.
The pro-white group refused to say how many members are in the organization, locally or nationally, but told us they stand against the Black Lives Matter organization as well as Antifa.
There's no doubt that there is a presence of both extremist groups from the right and the left in Massachusetts.
According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, there are at least 15 hate groups in our area. Although there are extremist groups on both sides of the political aisle, right-wing extremists perpetrated the vast majority of attacks and plots in the U.S. over the last couple years, according to the Center for Strategic and International Studies.
There are a number of Americans who might, declare their opposition to what they call fascism, but there's no single organization named Antifa. There's no Antifa headquarters. There's no Antifa chapters. There are, some people across the U.S. who might self-organize under the name Antifa, but, with the Proud Boys, we have a formal organization.
President Trump has garnered support from some of these groups, but is now trying to distance himself.
The president has denounced white supremacy, the KKK, and hate groups in all forms.
But organizations who study hate groups say it's too little, too late.
They post pictures, to their private social media sites of them, putting up graffiti. It's a shame that in our current political climate, so often emboldened
and easy to find.
We've seen them at a lot of BLM events, Back the Blue event also. To be provocative. But even though they may show up at a Back the Blue event, we know that they are also very anti-police and not afraid to get into confrontations.
If the protest leader stands up and says, hey, this is not what we're not about violence, we're not about this, then people listen. So I strongly disagree with the Back the Blue people that say we can't control who shows up to our event.
And Back the Blue didn't respond to requests to comment on this story, but we have spoken to them in the past, and they say that they just show up to these events in support of police. Even in towns like Arlington, where the town manager asked them not to come, they said that they cannot regulate or control, just like you heard that woman say, they can't regulate or control who shows up to their events.
Well, hey, what does the local FBI say about all of the local hate groups in our area? Where do they stand?
Yeah, reach out to the local FBI. They say they cannot police ideologies. Here's a portion of a statement that they sent to us. I want to read here for you. It says, our focus is not on speech or membership in particular groups, but on individuals who commit violence and other criminal acts. They went on to say that investigating hate crimes for them is a priority because they say it attacks not only the victim, but it can attack and threaten an entire community.